Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello. How's everyone doing today? Ooh. It's Catterday. Y'all remember Catterday? Remember when Saturday was Catterday and we would all post pictures of cats? I miss the old internet. How's everyone doing today? How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? Why do I still have this? I don't know. Let me put that over here for now. I have room to put stuff now. It's a Christmas miracle. This desk is a mess. I've been working on the helmet again today. I've said I'm done with the helmet like 3 times. Guess what? I'm done with the helmet now. But I'm not. I think I'm actually done with the actual processing of the helmet though. I've done the last few like things I wanted to do on it. I've done, and that is the hose. So if you see, there's a hose here, this one. The original hose was just wire wrap. I just had wire wrap sitting in there, but do I have any? No. Was just straight up like the wire sleeving you use for a Prusa, because I didn't have what I wanted to use. This is what I used. If you look at it, yeah, that's just braided hose from like a toilet. I was at the Home Depot or actually Crappy Tire today, and I just got like a, you know, the hose that you hook the water up. Where did I put the other rest of it? Where did I put the rest? This thing. Yeah, I just cut it because it was cheaper to buy the pre-made one with the crimps on the end and chop it up than it was to just buy a length of unused hose. So yeah, so that, and then also, look, there's foam in here, so it doesn't bobble around when I wear it. So, oh God, I'm getting old, man. I'm getting old. So now it's still a bit bobbly, but I can look around, and I've got decent movement. I got nothing, so I can't see anything. Like, put your hands like this under your eyes. That's my visibility. Like, I can't see anything. I've got a bigger blind spot than an American driving a compensating truck. Okay, I've got like massive blind spot in front of me. Okay, this is my desk. I'm hitting my printer behind me and I still can't see the edge of the desk. I can see the other edge of the desk. So, yeah, needless to say, visibility in this, something makes you want a nuclear winter. I don't know. This is the way. I don't know. What is it? War never changes. I don't know. Also, the fans are in, but I don't have a battery. So I've got 2 fans here that suck in air through this hole, and they blow cool air through the tubes into the front of the mask. So I don't have a battery bank. The plan is I'm just gonna get like one of those like dollar store USB power supplies, because I have USB power banks. Okay, the problem is they're like 20,000 milliamps. They're big and they're heavy, and I don't want that. I don't need that. I just need like a really cheap one to run 2.15 amp fans at 5 volts. So yeah, I'll grab one of those and use that. And then I'm just gonna cut up a USB cable and use that to power it. But yeah, it's come out pretty good. Also, the reason I did that is so I can watch the stream after and see how it looks on me. I haven't actually recorded myself wearing it yet. So, are you planning on any upcoming streams about the Milo 1.5? I would love to. The problem is I have the Milo. It's built. It's literally 10 feet from me. The problem is with the Milo is I don't have anywhere to set it up and run it. I've used it a few times. I built it and I did use it a few times. The problem is I don't have anywhere to set it up where I can like keep using it. Originally, I built this shelf here, this bench, I built for the Milo. And then Pantheon sent me this. And I need somewhere to put this. And I know I'm gonna use this more than the Milo. So this became this home. And then, yeah. So I'm trying to turn the other side of the garage into a dirty workspace. For like, I got a paint booth over there now. I'm working to get the laser set back up. So I want to set like, basically the plan is
Budgets suck, by the way. The basement studio, which you don't see much because I'm building right now. The basement studio is the print and chill unboxing Yap Fest room. So if we're not building anything, we're supposed to be downstairs. You know, I come out here half the time. This is supposed to be the build area and then print stuff. And then I'm going to have now, hopefully, a dirty work area where I won't stream from, but I'll be able to work in. So yeah, so the thing is though, I need to build a shed so I can move like my lawnmower and stuff like that, because this is my garage. I need it to put stuff in. Where did you get the moving blankets for drafts behind the printers? It's a tarp. It's just a tarp. I just got a tarp. It's just a big tarp hanging. And then the shelving, what I did was I put some 2x4s in the corners that just go up, and I just stapled the stuff to it. So yeah. In terms of visibility, we had, yeah, so wearing that is worse than the Mando. At least the Mando, it was closer to the face. The problem is with this, like, you look at it, you got your lenses. The problem is my eyes are like here. So I'm looking this far into the lens and then out the little window. So it's like when you put your hands like this and look straight, that is my visibility. So if you want to know like how much I can't see with that on, do this, put your hands flat up to your nose, and that's like what you see below you. Again, I have less visibility than an American in their Compensator 9000 pickup truck. Actually, I need this first. Do what I say, don't do what I do. I gotta refill my ISO. Get those heavy duty shelving for the printer. I just got this at Home Depot or Lowe's, whatever one was on sale. Don't ever buy shelving on normal price because they go on sale for like half off a couple times a year. So just buy it on sale. And why does everyone get it? Because it works. They're heavy duty enough that you can put several printers on it and not have to worry about weight. And they're sturdy enough that it doesn't all go and vibrate everywhere. So what are we doing tonight other than me yapping? Well, today is the last, it's not the last stream of the year, but it is the last stream before the holidays. And we are going to be, wait, watch. Okay, let's see. How big of a mess can I do? Let's find out. 1, 2, 3. Science rules. So today we're going to work on the GLOOP V2. I'm not approaching this like an instructional build series, in case you haven't realized, because we've already built this printer before. It's an LDO V2 0.4 Rev C kit. Oh, that's where the cut on the hand is. So I've already built this printer before, so I'm more, it's not filler, but this is kind of a, we're building the printer and then we're also talking about other stuff. So while I get this all set up, get my bench clean off. Oh my God, I got so much paint on it. While I'm doing all this, you want to win some filament? Free filament. Yeah, free filament. Every stream we give away a spool of filament from Polymaker. Link in the video description. Enter for your chance to win. Go ahead and do that. Link in the video description, enter, and off you go. Should I be wiping down ISO off a desk right next to a room heater? Probably not. Also, you should buy some gamer subs. Code Canuck, save 10% on your order. They got a sale going on right now where you buy more, you get more. Code Canuck, link in the description. We're all betting on whether Uncle Jesse will break the K2 during his live stream. Is he doing that tonight? If he breaks the window on the K2, make sure you link it to me. We need to live react. I'm a streamer. It is my duty to react. And also, if Blue Origin does do a static fire of New Glen tonight, let me know, because I was watching that before, but they didn't. I didn't cut. I peeled back a nail. You know how like you're supposed to cut your nails, but every now and then you do that. I peeled it too close, and it's like right down to the cuticle, and it's like red. And yeah, ISO burns. It tastes like burning. Okay, let's get you out. Behold, a printer. He cut himself already? Uncle Jesse cut himself already? Really? Why you do this, Uncle? On the bright side, I found so many cardboard boxes that I could use to put stuff in. That involves me being organized enough to put stuff in the cardboard boxes. Whatever you do, don't enter the drawing. Yes, remember, for those at home, if you enter for the drawing in the link in the video description below, you decrease the odds of other people entering. So whatever you do, do not go in the link in the video description, click on it, fill in your YouTube channel name or whatever name you use in chat. Make sure you don't answer the arbitrary question that I put in everyone. That way I can just reference to ensure you are a real human being. And then also don't click like yes or whatever you got to do to accept it. Don't do that. The more people that do that, the more people might win. Speaking of game show, yeah, tonight we're tangenting. It's the last stream of the year. Did anyone watch the Mr. Beast games? I didn't, but I watched somebody watch it. They suck. Mr. Beast can't come up with a good game. All the games suck. In like the first episode of the 4 games in the first episode of Mr. Beast games, 3 of the games are quit and go home. Literally, 3 of the games in the Mr. Beast games are quit and go home. Like that's the game. Is literally like quit and go home. That is the game. And I'm like, what? That is the entire game. The first game, hi 1,000 people. Some of you quit and go home and we'll give you money. And then another game is, okay, some of you quit and go home or everyone goes home. And then the other game is, okay, quit and go home and take people with you that don't want to go home, but will give you money. And then the other one's like a stacking game. I'm like, that's what $100 million gets you for a game show nowadays, or however much money Amazon spent. The games aren't fun to watch. And I honestly, if you went to Mr. Beast games, the first of the first 4 games, if you sat on your butt and did nothing, you still have a 50-50 chance of making it through, other than the stacking game. And then episode 2, again, $100 million game show. Beer pong, trivia. Somebody quit and go home. They had to put a quit and go home game, and then like catch a ball. Where's the money going? I'm gonna come out and say it. I think the whole thing was money laundering. They filmed it in Canada. Our dollar sucks. So I'm gonna go out and say it's money laundering. That's what I'm thinking. It's all money laundering. Amazon money. That's what. Actually, I can't say that, Jimmy. That I'm referencing a Minecraft skit in Grand Theft Auto. Please don't sue me. And a fear factor. You know what? Survivor. There's a reason Survivor, I don't watch it. There's a reason they've done like 40 bloody seasons of it. Because it's a good game show. The challenges are fair. And like, they're teams. Versus Mr. Beast, where like, hey, we put you in a line. There's 10 lines. You have 5 minutes. The last 3 lines where nobody quits and goes home, they go home. So what's the incentive to go home? It's like, it's the prisoner dilemma or whatever. It's like, either I quit and go home or I don't quit and go home. You have no say in it. It's a shitty situation to be in. And then also, I'm surprised nobody went, hey, in 5 minutes, the last 3 rows that don't like opt in to go home, like they get to, what if nobody opts in to go home? What if in the 5 minutes, none of us agree to go home? What if we all just sit here and nobody pushes the button? You're gonna send all 1,000 of us home? Really? After you got this all set up? Nobody did that. That was annoying. So yeah. So needless to say, I didn't watch it. I have no interest in watching it, but I watched somebody who did watch it talk about it, and I'm like, yeah, it's pretty shitty. It's pretty shitty. Why did I print extras of these? Oh, please tell me I didn't goof. Let's see. Please tell me I printed everything I needed. If I did not, I can make up for it, but I'm not that concerned. Okay, good. There we go. I almost had a little bit of a whoopsie doopsie. Where's overhead camera? Overhead camera. Kids these days watching someone doing something. I mean, I growing up as a kid, like I would watch people play StarCraft on like competition, and my dad was like, "Why are you watching people play a game?" And I'm like, "Why do you watch people play a game?" "Well, I'm watching people play hockey." Like, okay, I'm watching people play StarCraft. We're both watching people play a game. Anyways, yeah, I thought I goofed because it's like, why do I have 5 of these and 3 of these when I need 4 of each? And it's like, no, I just screwed up, and yeah. For some reason I printed an extra one. I mean, it's not bad that I have an extra one, but at least I have an extra one. So there we go. Actually, one of these, the magnet one. Maybe one of these is a magnet one, that's why. Maybe not. Maybe one of these isn't. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, engagement cam. Okay, let's get the manual up. So again, usual disclosure, we are building a Voron V 2.4 for GLOOP. 3D GLOOP, if you don't know who they are. I don't have my, oh, I do have one. GLOOP, they make adhesives to glue printed parts together. PLA, PETG, ABS, etc. They make some high quality adhesives. They are not good for you. Wear gloves and a respirator in a well-ventilated room, but they make good stuff. So if you're working on a prop or a cosplay or something, you need to glue 3D printed parts together, get some GLOOP, link in the video description. Use code Canuck, save 15% on your order. So yeah, do that. But they have a trade show booth, and they don't have a fancy printer that has GLOOP colors. So we're building a printer for them today. So while I pull up the manual here, let me turn the overlay back on. Boop. So we got the gantry built. So I think we're putting the gantry in today. So we got the gantry all built. Yeah. What brand of filament? The filament on this build is all Polymaker. It is Polylite ABS or ASA, I can't remember. One second here. It is Polylite ABS, purple and orange, not Galaxy or magenta, hue, whatever. No, it just Polylite ABS purple, Polylite ABS orange. Nice and simple. Okay, so we're gonna put our joints together. So we don't have the magnet here because we don't have Hall effect. In fact, we're not gonna go with any end stop pod. We're gonna go sensorless on this guy. And now we gotta put some nuts in. So let me get my fasteners. I need my screws. And I have another table where I can put stuff. Oh my God, this is amazing. I have room. I have room to work. I don't know why I'm doing voices today. Andrew Rogers, $10. Cheers and appreciate it for the Gloopy Xmas Cheer Fund. Thank you and appreciate it. Oop, where are they? I just saw them. There we go. The pile's rebuilding already. I know. I know. It is mostly still organized. You got the stuff there. That's the thing I can't touch on stream. Along with that one. But yeah, it's organized. It is organized. These are just boxes that I just put there and some stuff from painting earlier. So it's actually clean for now. See how it goes. What I think I'll do is I'll try and do like, because, you know, I start the stream and I usually like yap for a couple minutes before we move on to anything, because I like not jumping right into the build because it gives time for people to show up, because not everyone shows up when we go live. It's nice to have a little bit of a buffer. What we're doing right now, we're putting the M5 hex nuts in these parts. So it should be, I should try and make it a start the stream and clean type thing. Ooh, that rhymes. That sounds good. Start the stream and clean. Oh, these are really tight. I gotta have an M5 bolt out. I want to use a sacrificial one, not like an official one. Next month. Well, for the longest time, a Prusa did live on this bench. Actually, what I got to do is move the camera. So I moved the camera when we were cleaning yesterday or the other day. There we go. Now the build's more in focus. Okay, I found out eSun ABS sucks. They just, yep. eSun used to be pretty good. From my understanding, their other filaments are pretty okay. And their standard ABS is okay. At least it used to be. The original Voron red is eSun ABS red. Or actually, it might be Hatchbox. I can't remember exactly. Actually, it might be Hatchbox. But essentially, eSun back in the day used to make an eSun ABS Plus. And that was like mine and a lot of people's go-to ABS back in the day. Yes, it wasn't a pure ABS. It was cut with something. But it was a lot easier to print on the machines of the time. It was nowhere near as finicky as ABS was at the time. And you just got really good results with it. And it was really nice. And it was relatively cheap. And I used to buy it by the cases. And then eSun changed the formula and it sucks. So, yeah, happens. Okay. So we got to put the, oh, those go on first. Okay. Minimum belt length. So for a 250 spec, 1,000. So it's 1,100 millimeters. Let's get my belt. So this is a pretty cool build, because we have custom orange belts for this build. We have custom orange belts to go with this. So these were specially made. I don't know what brand they are. There is no brand on them. Andrew from 3D GLOOP sourced them. They are Kevlar reinforced though. They are Kevlar reinforced. They're not steel reinforced. So they will work. So they should be fine. So I gotta move you down. Put the gantry up here. And somehow I'm still, oh yeah, because I still left it inside. Back to Polymaker. Polymaker is pretty good. It's, I wouldn't call it the best ABS in the world. I say that as I'm doing a Polymaker giveaway, but you know, I'm just being honest. But it's a very consistent ABS. It's good enough for the majority of people. I think there are some better ABSs out there, like anything that's basically like, if you ever get a chance to print with ABS made with MG94 resin, oh, it's beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. But it's not as common and it's pricier. But like the Polymaker stuff is like the everyman's ABS. It's good for everyone. Okay, so for this to work, how this works, we're making a sandwich. So our belt comes in towards the interior. We put our little cover thingy on, which hopefully the screws are lined up. I'm gonna have to double check that. And then also, we put this other piece on. That's got an M330 and M530. So, let's get these. So, M530, get two of these. Where can I get these? I have no idea where Andrew got these. But they are custom belts. I don't know where he got them. I don't know how much he paid for them. But he also sent out the frame to get like properly coated. So I don't know if they got somewhere local did it for him or what, but yeah, Replitech. Yeah, I heard that. I tried to reach out to him, but I don't actually have a direct contact with them. I just like their social medias and I didn't hear a response, but I don't know if they went completely out of business or they just shut down the filament production. Because last I spoke to them, they were doing better as a print farm and doing like print jobs for people. So I don't know if they just kind of shut down the manufacturing aspect just to focus on that. Because they only ever had one, like when I was there, I did a video with them. They only had one production line. They only had one production line for filament. So I don't know what the situation was. I don't know. The Fadis filament? Yeah, Fadis is pretty good. So yeah, the Fadis specialty filaments are pretty Gucci. I'm hoping these are cut to the right length. We'll find out. Are they all the same length? Hopefully. Make it a lot easier if they're all the same length. 2 are the same length, and considering I grabbed 2 random ones out of 4, I'm gonna assume they're all the same length. So, how this works, we are going to stack this up. So, you go like that. You go like that. Then you go like that. And then we take our screw, put you in there. Grab you. Do I have an Allen key? I moved so much stuff, I don't know where I put my stuff. You're an Allen key? You are not the right size Allen key. It's the right size. The key of Allen. Nope. The key of Allen. Nope. The key of Allen. Nope. What? I have 3 of these exact same size ones. There we go. Aha, gotcha. Push the like button. Yeah, do the thing that I'm supposed to tell you to do because I'm a YouTuber. Like the smash button. Ring the bell. Pay your taxes. Ooh, the box. Oh, sorry. I'm just making... I'm doing this. There we go. That is 1 done. Oh. I don't know what's up today. Like, got a dry throat. I don't know what's going on. I hope I'm not coming down with something, but like... Yeah. Why aren't Allen keys color coded? They are. The better ones are. It's just I have a bunch of cheap ones and I'm fine with it. Because you only really end up using like 2 or 3 keys most of the time for a lot of this stuff. All your Allen keys came with flat pack furniture. Didn't realize the extrusions are white. They are white. They are. I can't remember what coating he got done on them, but it's not. They're not Cerakoted. It's almost the same process, but it's a more durable process that he had done with these. So they're pretty. These will last a while. I actually probably take these stoppers out for now. Okay, turn this around. There we go. Why are the belts orange? Did you steal them from Timid? Does Timid have orange belts? That'd be cool. Is everyone all ready for the holidays? Everyone's all got your packing, your shopping done, all your appointments completed. Speaking of appointments, freaking Tuesday night? Tuesday, yeah. I'm out here working on the helmet. If you follow me on Twitter or on the Discord, I've talked about it. I'm working on the helmet out here. That's my old work toolbox, okay? That's my old work toolbox. I found some candies in there, okay? I was looking for some stuff for the helmet. And I found some candies. I found some Werther's. So I'm like, hey, Werther's Originals. Hard candy doesn't really go bad, right? It's been a cool garage. It's still good. So I start munching on them. And you know, Werther's, after a while, you stop, letting them dissolve in your mouth. You start crunching on them. Yeah, I cracked a molar. I sheared off. You know how your molars, you have like the 4 points or turrets or whatever. You know how you get the 4 corners? Yeah, I sheared off one of them. Like just straight, like right to the gum line. Needless to say, that wasn't that fun. Luckily, it didn't hurt. So Wednesday morning, like first thing I had to do was get up, go to the dentist after dropping the little guy at school. Be like, hey, I don't have an appointment. Can you fix my face? And they're like, well, we're kind of like busy right now, but we can like put a filling in. So right now I have a filling on it, but we're gonna have to crown it. So I got to go back this Monday, not like Monday coming up, the next Monday, the Monday after Christmas and before New Year's, and they're gonna do a crown on it. So that's a couple $100 I didn't want to spend. That sucks. Yeah, it wasn't even a set screw. Although it is on my. Do you have a dominant side of your mouth? I think my right side of my mouth is dominant. Whenever I chew stuff, it usually defaults to the right first. I think I did crunch the set screw with this at one point. So maybe that weakened it. But yeah, so yeah, that sucked. So would cost a few thousand. Americans, how much does it cost to get a crown? Like if you just go into your dentist and like, hey, I need a crown. How much does it cost to get a crown? Like for a walk-in in the US? $2,500, $1,500, $500. Yeah, so okay, so Rose, you're saying $500. Mine is going to cost me $1,300, but my insurance is covering half of it. Yes, I live in Canada. We have universal health care, but we still have insurance for like incidental expenses and dental. Dental doesn't fall under health care. So yeah, so there goes like $700 I did not want to be spending this time of the year, but at least it's Canadian. So that's like $50 US. Our money sucks. Our economy's tanking like a mofo. Dental should. Oh, I believe it should fall under healthcare. And I believe they are trying, one of the parties, I think that was the NDP's big thing, was them trying to do it. But that ain't happening. Okay, so this is the last one. Birds gives us 20 community memberships. Cheers and appreciate it. That's gonna go in the fix my friggin' teeth fund. Ugh. It sucks because like normally everything's covered under the coverage. Like I've had to get cavities filled and whatnot, and it's like okay, yeah, it's covered, but the crown is not covered. So hey, for those that got the gifted channel membership, you'll be able to on this Thursday. Will be the members only live stream. So if you're a channel member or Patreon supporter, you find the Twitch channel and give me a Twitch Prime, or just sub to the Twitch channel. Or you luck out and somebody like Bird gives a bunch of channel memberships. You get to hang out in that. What are we gonna do on Thursday? I don't know yet. We might work on some cosplay stuff. I don't know. I did buy Rogue Trader though. I think we were talking about it on the Tuesday stream there. Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. It's on sale on Steam right now, so I just bought the base game. So we might play that. I don't know, we'll find out. You need to do a special live stream after the tooth is done, but before the local wears off. Pure entertainment. I've had 16 teeth pulled in my life. And I can't even count how many times my face has been frozen. It does nothing to me other than make me like look like Jean Chrétien. I'm like, it does like, I'm used to it. When I was a kid, my baby teeth refused to fall out. So imagine, you know, what grade was I in? Probably grade 2, 3, or 4. Going into the dentist's office every month for 6 months and getting 2 teeth pulled. Every month for 6 months. Go in, get my face frozen, 2 teeth pulled. Because my baby teeth like refused to fall out when I was a kid. Gotta move my mic, it keeps falling down. So there we go. What was wrong with the teeth? My teeth were fine. I've had a couple cavities in my life, like 3 or 4 as an adult. Never had them as a kid. I used to smoke and whatnot. I don't anymore. But TLDR, essentially, as a kid, my adult teeth were not falling out fast enough, or my baby teeth were not falling out fast enough, and my adult teeth were the opposite of straight. I was in full orthodontics by the time I was in 6th grade. I was in full orthodontics, like in grade school. On the bright side, it was all cleaned up by the time I was, you know, in high school. But my teeth were, I was a scraggly tooth or whatever it's called. Okay, this mic is moving too much. One second, I'm sorry. I could feel it. It keeps like flipping against me, and I don't know why. 1 second. Try up here. This shirt is too loose for it, so it just keeps flopping into my chest. There we go. Thinking of surgery, your mouth is just numb for a crown. Yeah. I've had so much dental done, but multiple crowns, multiple implants, surgery. I haven't had a root canal. I've never had a root canal. I have had my molars, or my wisdom teeth were pulled. A bunch of baby teeth pulled. But end of the day, I really didn't have a lot of adult, like, I had a bunch of stuff messed up when I was a kid. And then as an adult, during my teenagers and my 20s, my teeth were fine. But what happened is I went for like 3 or 4 years without getting them cleaned or anything. Cause I wasn't under my mom's healthcare coverage for a bit for dental. So I'm like, I'm young and 20 something. I don't need to go to the dentist that much. My teeth will be fine. And then I finally get dental coverage at the place I was working at. And I go in and for a teeth clean, they're like, yeah, you got like 3 cavities. And yeah, we got to do a bunch of work. And I'm like, you know, like they don't hurt. They're like, yeah, but they're still messed up. So. Okay. So now we got to hang the gantry in here. Let's do that. I like doing this with zip ties. It's easy. What do you use? Yeah, like I used to smoke, so that probably didn't help a lot. Unless I'm going to be mistaken for being British. Okay. Hopefully I get enough height with this, or not too much height. Smoke free. I haven't had a cigarette in, it'll be 6 years. No, wait, 7 years. 7 years. I haven't had a cigarette in over 7 years now. My last smoke was October 13th. The year before the little guy was born. Because I quit, I started quitting when my wife got pregnant. And I'm like, before we have the little guy, I will be done. And I was done. So. It's always this last one that's annoying. There we go. There we go. What kind of board do I use? I'll be honest, whatever comes with the kit, but I like the Nighthawk. The Nighthawk I like, it just works, it's easy, it's USB. I'm not a huge fan of CAN bus for this kind of setup. Yeah, you can do CAN bus for this kind of setup, but personally, I think it's kind of overkill for a single tool head board. If you're gonna be doing multi-tool head stuff, yeah, CAN bus makes a lot of sense, or your printer's just really big and your wire run is really long. Then it kind of makes more sense. But for standard size Voron, single tool head, USB is fine for a tool head board. Individual wire runs, no. We used to do that back in the day. There's still some advantages to it. If you are planning to build a high temperature machine, and by high temperature, I'm not talking about like this with some insulation. I'm talking like a machine where the internal temperature is pushing above 80°C regularly. You may not want to do a tool head board because that tool head board is just going to roast. So unless you go with like a specialty tool head board that's rated for it, you might want to look into getting just like running wires and not having all your electronics outside of the tool head. M320s. So this is going to be enclosed, yeah. But usually like an enclosure like this enclosure gets into the 60s and the tool head board's fine. No fans or nothing. It's when you start getting a little too hot, then it starts to become a problem. So now we are putting on these mounts. I'm going back to wire runs and getting rid of the EBB36 for my tube upgrade. There you go. Like, it all depends. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. Try something else. Like, sometimes stuff just doesn't work for certain setups. Also, one thing I could say with USB tool head boards, or any tool head board, shortest wire run possible. A lot of times the kits come with wires that are long enough for like a 350 or like even longer with some extra. But if you're only building a 250, shorten your wires. Like shorten the under the compartment wires as much as possible, just to decrease the chance of an issue happening. Having an electric screwdriver is so nice. Is a Seaboard tool head board fine? It's not a it's not a Seaboard tool head board. It's an EBB36 from Big Tree Tech, or EBB36 SB or whatever version of it is. Seaboard doesn't make anything. They just source stuff and put it in a box. Or actually, no, they make the CNC parts. but they don't make electronics. So all the electronics in a Seaboard kit is basically what the kit came with, essentially. Like somebody else made it. Post City an electrical fire. Yeah, I saw him tweet about it this morning. It was an extension cord failed or something, and he had a fire in his garage. I don't think that's his set. I think his set's inside. Hopefully it was just like, I saw there were some printers and whatnot in there. So I'm hoping it was just like storage and nothing like mission critical was in there. But nobody's hurt and things can be replaced. So at the end of the day, nobody was hurt and things can be replaced. Storage area and unfinished projects. Okay, so that's not too bad. See, I'd be kind of screwed. My garage is attached to my house, so I go a little bit more overboard when it comes to like safety precautions for me for a lot of stuff. Just because my garage is attached to my house. So, oh my God, it spins. So if something were to happen out here, it'd be bad. So. Let's go around here. Get in your hole. There. Yeah, electrical fire. All fires are never fun. The monolith gantry mod for Voron's got released today. The creator is getting almost 50k shaper results. Cool. I'll be honest, when it comes to input shaper, I run the auto calibrate. I hit file save and I move on. I don't really tune my machines for speed. I just kind of get them to a point where they work good and I'm happy with the results and I'm okay with that. I've never been concerned about the speed of my machines. For the stuff I do, there has never been a case where I was like sitting there going, holy heck, I wish this machine was faster. But that's my workflow. If you're like, you know, trying to run a company selling printers or selling things made on printers, you're probably going to care about turnover rate a little bit more than just some YouTuber who prints random stuff for fun. Yep. Nothing is faster than another printer. Fastest printer is always more printer. Spoken like a true Tico owner. My Tico works, damn it. And it prints fine. Other than the fact it doesn't have a lot of cooling. Have you tried the Miniware ES15? I've got a Seaguire ES126. The thing is, I don't like these. These are good for like when I'm working on my FPV stuff or small electronics. The problem is these don't have enough torque to tighten an M3 screw. Anything smaller than M3, they're okay, but they're not enough to tighten an M3 screw. CPAP mod when? Why do you need a CPAP mod when you print ABS? I don't feel safe using those aluminum foam sheets. Like this stuff. If something is getting hot enough to set the foam in your, what is the proper name for these sheets, by the way? They're not it's not coroplast. What is it? It's, shoot, what are the proper names for these? I'm waiting on chat. What's the proper name for these? Not alu core. What is it? ACM. Yeah, ACM panel, aluminum composite. If something has happened where the foam inside your ACM panel is igniting, you have much bigger problems going on. Yes, you know, you don't want, you know, super flammable stuff in your printer, let's be honest. But I mean, like, this is all plastic. You know, all these colorful parts are plastic. Your tool head's plastic. The fans are plastic. You have belts and stuff in here. There's enough stuff in a printer already that can ignite. The thing is, you have to worry about it igniting and then igniting other stuff, right? In a perfect world, if your tool head catches fire, it burns out because it's not going to set PEI on fire, and it's not going to set your spring steel sheet on fire. So in a best case scenario, if your printer fails catastrophically, the front falls off, okay? And you're running bamboo level firmware where it takes 3 minutes for the thermal runaway to catch in. That is a joke. They fixed it. It doesn't take 3 minutes anymore. And your heater is just full on baking that PLA print you have going, and it catches fire. The best you can hope for is it just burns itself out on the tool head board. If you ever look at the pictures of the A-nets that catch fire, A-net fire, okay. What do you see when you look at these pictures? A whole bunch of 3D printed crap that's around everything. But notice how it burned out. It caught fire, and then it kind of burned itself out. Or unless, I don't know if this person did that, but let's, you know, like, there's a whole bunch of pictures here, okay? But notice how a lot of these, like, the fire had moved. It travels down your shitty PLA printed drag chains, for example, or it travels down your wire harness. The fire moves, okay? Why do I have a Google security alert? Oh, that was when I was going live, okay. We're good there, we're good there. Okay. So yeah, you essentially, best case scenario, you want the fire to basically self-extinguish itself. So the thing is, think of how where your ACM panels are in a printer, okay? You have acrylic on the side or plexiglass on the side and the top and the front. You have an ACM panel below it and an ACM panel on the back. Or even if you had all the panels with ACM, you have to have a fire going big enough inside your entire printer to auto-ignite the foam in the ACM. If something has gone that bad, you're already past that point where you're worrying about the foam in your ACM. At least that's what I believe. I'd be like, yeah, there's a lot else going wrong really bad right now. I personally would not be concerned about the ACM panels. I mean, if your enclosure material was that big of an issue, would a company run a contest going, hey, let's see how you enclose our printers with PLA? If it was that big of a concern. Also, I'm pretty sure ACM is fire rated because ACM is used in cladding on buildings a lot. They use this stuff for like signs and whatnot. So I'm pretty sure it's already got a fire rating. And then if you're even more concerned, you can use fire resistant filaments. I don't know where I put it. But I have a spool of fire resistant polycarbonate and ABS. Like you can get fire resistant filaments. M540? M540. So if you're that concerned about your printer catching fire, you can print it out of non-flammable materials, or at least fire suppression materials. And then also, I'm just gonna say this, always have like fire extinguishers handy. I Costco had these ones on sale. These are just like the little ones you spray. And then I have like an actual fire extinguisher in my house. But I keep like a couple of these in my garage. I keep a couple of these downstairs. They're good enough that if you're there when the fire starts, these will help. The reason I keep the fire extinguisher in the kitchen is because it's the kitchen and grease fires suck. Also, if something's gone bad, I'm gonna be coming past the kitchen on the way to the location of the fire. That way I don't need 2 fire extinguishers. So I have emergency, oh shit, fire suppression on site when I'm here. And then I have a bigger one that I grab and go with. What is the red ribbon? There is no red ribbon. These are the belts. They're orange. 220C ignition temperature. Yeah, so fire catches at 451 Fahrenheit. So, or paper catches at 451. Thank you, Ray Bradbury. Oh, and we're gonna do a little tip. We're gonna do a little something special right now. Let me put my glove on. Let me get a little bit of grease. Do you need to do this? Not really, but I like to do it. These are ball joints. These attached to this, they are a ball joint. I like to put a little bit of grease on them. Not a crazy amount. Just enough to wet it. Just enough to wet it. So if it has to shimmy, it'll break that friction, that stiction that's holding it in place, because it is 3D printed part on 3D printed part ball joint. So just an extremely light coat of grease. What grease? Any grease. It's a 3D printer, it don't matter. So I just put a little bit of grease. Is it better than Gates? No idea. But Andrew found somebody who could make orange belts. And because it's cool, we now have orange belts in the printer. Bacon grease? Bacon grease would probably work. It would stink though. Once it starts getting rancid, you probably have issues. Now for these, what I like to do is go till they're tight and then loosen them about like half a turn. You want these corners to be floaty. See how you got movement in here? You want them to be floaty. And then what I like to do is once the machine's online and it's functioning, do a QGL a couple times. Run the QGL several times. Make sure everything is good. So do a QGL, move it all the way to the top, move it all the way to the bottom. Do a QGL, do that a bunch, break it in, make sure it is homing right, and then do a final QGL, lock the motors in position, so don't disable the motors, and then go and tighten these bolts tight. That's what I use. That's my like workflow for attaching these, like how I put this part together. And it served me well so far. So yeah, we'll go with that. So go tight and crack. And if you do it right, when you move it up and down, you should see it pivot. Just remember to go in and do that. Because what happens is if you leave these loose, you'll start printing and then these will just kind of go whoop and fall down while you're printing. And they won't be attached. And then you'll finish your print and you'll go, why is my print look like shit? And I have more VFAs than like a clap down ender. And it's like, oh, because my entire gantry is free floating because they're not attached to the rails anymore. Ask me how I know. Also, don't forget, you're probably gonna have to loosen up a bunch of stuff because nothing is in position. So 1 second while I loosen everything up because nothing is in position right now. Loosen you, loosen you. Most of these are loose. I just gotta let them find their little home. Oh, yeah. There we go. I just saw it go whoop. Do you apply thread locker? Nope. The only place I use thread locker when building a 3D printer or building a Voron is on the set screws. So grub screws, set screws for the bearings or the drive tooth idlers or tooth gears on the motors. Those are the only place I use thread locker. I don't use thread locker anywhere else. If you tighten your screws properly when building a printer, you should not need thread locker. They're only really needed in places where the screws heat cycle. So by having, you know, this attached to the motor heats up and cools down. It's going to heat cycle. You want thread locker there. And anywhere with high vibration. And really, you're not getting high vibration on a 3D printer for most part. Because it dampens it enough. High vibration is like directly attached to high vibration. There's enough dampening going on in the system. It's not really an issue, I believe. There we go. Okay. Thread locker. Yep, that's another thing too. Thread locker, oop. Did that fall out? Might have to take this one apart. Oh, no, it's still there. There we go. Was it biting that? There we go. Okay, tight. Loose. There we go. Yeah, thread locker, some greases, and what else? There's something else. Will basically cause ABS and other plastics to become brittle. You just did have some tool head screws come out from gyroid. Yeah, that's why I don't use high percentage infill gyroid. High percentage infill gyroid is just asking to rattle your tool head. Rattle them, boys. There we go. There we go. Okay. So that is in. Install remaining joints. Joints. Okay. Loosen the top belt clamps. We've already done that. We did that when we built it. So now we got to run our belts through everything. Oh, I wish I was doing the newer version. It's easier. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. So that comes out. Go down. Probably gonna be easier to turn this on its back. Maybe this is a newer version. I can't remember. I can't remember which version of the parts have what changes on them. If you've never seen me run belts, I've done it a million times on stream. I'll try and get a good camera angle. But essentially, yeah, this ain't gonna work. It's running belts. You'll see when I do the other side. You go down around the motor, and you go up around the idler, and then you come down. Easy peasy. Just make sure you go where they need to go properly. It's very easy to not run them right, believe me. We have the old version. I printed whatever's on the Voron GitHub, so I have the public version of stuff. Nothing on this machine is a new component. Everything on this machine is public components and LDO modified parts, essentially. There's nothing on here that isn't spec, essentially. And that's on purpose. I can never remember which way. Okay, so the notch faces outward. The notch faces towards the outside, yeah. Yeah, man, get in your hole. Get in your hole. Get in your hole. There we go. One. And just finger tighten it for now. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that's that one. Watch while I scratch the hell out of my desk and do the other one. You said there were a newer version of this open. Maybe, I don't know. Stuff's always being worked on. Again, sometimes I just say stuff to make you guys spam chat with questions. You don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just an AI chatbot. I mean, for all you know, I have parts of V2.5 in here. I'm totally bullshitting you, but you don't know. Of course, that would require that there would be a 2.5. Is there a 2.5? Who am I? Where am I? Engagement baiting? I would never engagement bait on this platform. I would never do that. Why would you think I would engagement bait? Make sure I got that the right way around. You see a 3.0? Yeah, we have some 3.0 parts in here. That's right. That's right. This one clip is a 3.0 part. Also, orange belts are the standard now. Actually, I gotta take this one off because this is backwards. Nothing stopping the gantry from falling off the rails? No, there's stoppers in the place. They can't fall off. There's stoppers. Actually, why am I doing this the hard way? There we go. Use whatever LD. That's how it works with me. What mods are you doing on this build? I don't know. Whatever came with the kit. Whatever was in the box. Oh, come on. There we go. That's two. I will say it is kind of disappointing these belts aren't the same orange. They're very close orange, but they're not the same orange. These are a little darker, but I'm assuming making belts that color match perfectly would be kind of an absolute pain in the butt. Thoughts on the SV08? I want a big printer. Do you want a big printer or do you want a good printer? I personally am not a huge fan of the SV08. It's a Temu Voron. It's a lot better than when they sent me one, but I'm a little hesitant with Saval and their quality control on their production machines. I believe they've worked out a lot of the bugs and they're much more... It is a better machine than what I got sent to me. But you're gonna suffer a lot of the problems that pretty much plague all current crop of consumer 3D printers that aren't Bamboos or Prusas. And that is god-awful clipper implementation. Nobody's doing clipper right. I'm really not liking the way clipper is being done on a lot of these commercial machines. And it's getting really annoying. And it's like I talked to a few people that have K2s, because I don't have a K2. They didn't send me one. I didn't ask for one. So I don't have a K2. But I spoke to some people that have K2s at Smurf, and the general consensus pretty much across the board with everyone I spoke to was, yeah, the hardware is not too bad, but the clipper implementation is the shitty clipper implementation that all freaking 3D printers that run clipper now is. Very few companies are doing clipper right. I could say Pantheon's doing clipper right, but Pantheon's a $10,000 machine. I would hope they're doing clipper right. But the problem is a lot of these companies are using random forked versions of clipper with their own changes, half the time not disclosed or compatible with mainline Clipper. They're installing it on an underpowered SoC to save money, and they're using some random Linux install that isn't like fully compatible. So they're having to like, everything is modified. And then congratulations, you're running something on your home network with who knows what firmware running who knows what operating system, talking to who knows where, pulling updates from, I don't know, somewhere. I don't like that. I really don't like that. Magneto, Clipper on Magneto is good because the reason Pantheon does it right, and in my opinion, what Magneto does right, they're just running normal Clipper. This is just normal Clipper. This is a Big Tree Tech board with a Raspberry Pi. This is a somewhat custom board with an Orange Pi, but it's still normal Clipper. Like, you can still do everything you normally do with Clipper on these machines that you can. I can put in a Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder on this thing if I wanted to. Like, this is running normal Clipper. That's why I think they do a good job, because they're not fucking with it. It's just normal Clipper. It's not hard. You're doing more work to make your own shitty version of something. Just use normal Clipper, guys. Spend the money, put a freaking Raspberry Pi in it, put a freaking Big Tree Tech board in it, or be ballin' and put a Duet board, and let the user pay the cost. It's okay for the price to be a little bit more if the product is better. It's okay. Considering how many people still buy Voron kits and buy Prusas when you can get a P1S for half the price of both, tells you people are okay with spending more to get more, to an extent. I don't know why I'm talking like this. I really wish we went back to the days where it was a competition with companies to see who could make the best thing and still make a profit, versus the current way of who can build the shittiest, cheapest thing that will still make the most profit. Can we go back to the days where, like, it was a pride to have your company be making like the best thing in the world instead of the most profitable thing in the world? And it's like, well, we don't make a lot of money on it, but it's the best thing, and our buyers know that. Nope, everything's got to be minimum viable product. Fix it in post. Race to the bottom. You know what it was? I can't remember the airline, but it can all be pinpointed to an American airline. Maybe it was American Airline. When they realized one day, a pencil pusher in an office realized one day, if we remove one olive from our first class meals, we'll save $20,000 a year. This was in like the 60s or the 70s. And everyone went, oh, oh. And next thing you know, everything's gone to shit. Jingle bells, Batman spells, ramen laid an egg. Batmobile lost his wheel and Joker laid an egg. Different markets, a lot of... Yeah, it is what it is. Carry-ons cost money with Air Canada is garbage. I've flown Air Canada, not happy. Only had to fly Air Canada once. Well, one round trip. Iceland Air was nice, although I'm not paying 24 pounds or euro for freaking Wi-Fi. Screw that. I'm okay paying like 10 bucks for Wi-Fi on a plane, but paying 25 British pounds, which is like $50 Canadian for 5 hours of Wi-Fi? Ah, nah, dog. Nah, nah. Nah, that shit don't fly. I fly, but that shit don't fly. Okay. I'm just bringing it down a bit so I can mention it a little bit better. Okay. Roughly line them up. Nothing crazy, but just kind of get them somewhat level-ish. There we go. Fan of Air Canada business class. Yeah, I don't fly business class. We ain't pulling Mr. Beast numbers here. I mean, we're not even pulling Joel numbers here. Yeah, these are black. The only ones they sell are black. Like, I would have to paint these white for them to be white. They don't make black ones, or they don't make non-white ones. At least I couldn't find. Okay, so I'm pulling these tight, but I'm gonna do another tension later on because these belts are actually pretty stiff. I really hope these aren't steel core belts. I don't think they are. I mean, easy way to tell. If they're steel core belts, shit. Andrew. Well, I thought they were carbon fiber. Nope, they're steel. If you don't know, you don't use steel core belts because the steel core belts really don't like the bend radius. However, this machine isn't going to have a lot of uptime. I'll be honest, this machine is not going to have a lot of uptime. This machine is mostly just a trade show demo machine. So it'll print. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build it with these belts. And if the belts fail, you just rebelt it. It's not hard to rebelt a Voron. You know what? This will be a good test to see how the belts fare. We keep telling people don't use steel belts because they fail after a while. We're going to find out. Plus, they look so good in orange. Like, come on. Do you want to ruin this build with black belts? Like, come on. These tool head boards on Crowley K1 or other brands, can you make them work with Big Tree Tech boards? It's Clipper. Okay, so you need, first thing, Aaron Fried. With Clipper don't care what your board is. Clipper will just talk, okay? Did I retension the same belt twice? Or maybe, I don't know. Clipper will just talk, okay? So as long as it is Clipper compatible, it'll work, because you're not talking. Your Big Tree Tech main board isn't talking to your tool head board. Your Raspberry Pi is talking to your tool head board, okay? So your Raspberry Pi does all the talking. It does all the thinking, and then it delegates commands to whatever board it needs to. So yes, it would be compatible. As long as, you know, if you want to use, like, if for whatever reason you want to take the main board out of a Creality and use it in another printer, as long as they're all Clipper compatible and you have the configs and you know the pins, you can make it work. The only thing you may run into issues with is if you have to reflash the Creality board, and Creality's firmware or their setup or whatever way they do for the board isn't compatible with mainline Clipper, for example. So yeah, the color combo looks great. Too bad they're steel belts. Oh well. Yeah, they're orange. They're more of a reddish orange, but they're still orange. I mean, worst case scenario, I don't think this machine will ever get to the numbers. Like, again, this machine is for GLOOP to have at their booth at trade shows, like at Rap Fest and whatnot. So I'm sure they'll print stuff on it, but this is not going to be a, this machine isn't going into a farm. So yes, you probably shouldn't use steel core belts, and we recommend against it. And I will personally never build a machine for myself with steel core. But the color goes with it, so we got to go with the color. Remember, it's got to look good. We'll worry about it printing after, right? It's like you're playing, you know, you're playing Baldur's Gate or whatever, and it's like you get to that point where it's like, I just picked up this piece of armor. It's got better stats, but the one I have on right now is drippy AF. You got to respect the drip. What's my opinion on the Neptune 4 Max? No idea. Don't have one. I have no... If you're new, I am very hesitant to give opinions on stuff I haven't personally used, or people that I know who I trust have told me their opinions on it. So I've never used one. It's an Elegoo, right? Check out Uncle Jesse. He does a bunch of Elegoo stuff. That's what camp clothes are for. Yeah. I'm not saying I have a bunch of camp clothes mods, but Derek gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers and appreciate it. I can't do the camp clothes mods though out in combat. I don't mind the camp clothes mods in camp. If you're in camp. But if we're out and about, nah, dog, heavy plate. Give me heavy plate, like heavy plate armor. That's why I hate playing clerics. I did a playthrough as a cleric. The problem with the cleric, you get the luminous armor in Act 1, and it's not bad armor. Like, it looks pretty okay. The problem is you use that all the way to the end of the game, so your character looks near the same the whole game. That's the part that sucks with certain builds. It's like you get some of the stuff you need right off the bat, and then that's all you use for the rest of the game, and you're like, Okay. How are we doing racked? Are we racked? Oh. Hey. Is this good? Or is that good? Or is that good? Or is that good? Am I planning to build an MMU? Jason just reached out to me the other day and asked me what color aluminum extrusions I would like for my turtle. My box turtle. Or turtle box. Box turtle box. Blue. We're going with blue. And I'm going to use... I'm either going to do blue and orange or blue and green, I think. I'm thinking blue and orange. I'm really liking orange lately. So we're gonna go with blue and orange, I think, for the box turtle box build. Well, it's either like gray, black, or blue, and I went with blue. Okay, so let's get these all tightened. Does it have an option for 5 colors? Are you ready for this, Ghost Dog? It has an option for all the colors. It's open source. You can build it as how big you want. LDO is doing kits for it. I believe the kits only come in like 4 unit ones. But if you self-source or buy 2 LDO kits, I don't know, you can make them as big as you want. Personally, I would like to make one. Like if I was running a print farm, what I would want to do, I gotta have one. Yeah. So if you're running a print farm, you're probably using big chunky spools. So imagine a custom box turtle on your print farm machines that is just 2 of these. No cutter on the tool head board, nothing. And all it is filament rollover. So you never have downtime on your print farm. And you can use the big chunky spools. Oh, I like that idea. I kind of want to do that on this guy. And just be like, I never have to worry about running out of filament ever. You just walk down the aisle once a day and go, oh, that spool's empty, swap it out. Because you're not going through one of those in a day. And it'll auto swap over when you run out. So just every morning you have one guy walk down the aisle and go, oh, that one's empty, swapping a new one. Oh, that one's empty, swapping a new one. And you never have to worry about downtime. Because that's the thing. The moment you start doing print farm stuff, downtime is bad. And you want to minimize downtime. Have them all enclosed in a humidity? Yep. You can get all kinds of funky. What you use your AMS for? That's honestly the only time the only time my bamboo gets used is when I'm printing something like, so for example, the like here's like the back plate for the power armor I'm working on. I'm probably gonna end up reprinting a bunch of the stuff looking at it again. But essentially, you can see it's all multicolor, but a lot of these are like, this is one print because I printed it on like this part here, 1, 2, 3. These 3 colors are all one print because I printed it on the bamboo and I was using the AMS for filament rollover to finish off a whole bunch of partial spools I had left over. So that's pretty much the only time my bamboo gets used nowadays is literally to use up old filament. I don't print on it. It's been relegated to just backup duty. Actually, I want to move this. I tighten them, but the rear extrusion is ever so slightly not centered, and if I don't fix it, it's gonna bug me. Okay. There we go. Multicolor prints. Here's the thing with multicolor prints. It really depends. I don't, even now, like I have the Prusa XL, which is, fight me, the best multi-material printer on the market for the consumer right now. Other than price, it is better in every way than other multi-material setups because it's a tool changer. It's the best way to do multi-material. You know ifs, ands, or buts about it. So I have the best, most efficient, fastest way to do multicolor prints. And guess what? I still don't do a lot of multicolor printing because that's just not the type of printing I do. Outside of price. Yeah, we can't, outside of price, which is like the only gimme, because it's a tool changer. It's got more stuff in it than most other printers. Of course it's gonna cost more. And even for the price, it's still like the most cost-effective. Remember, where did I put Tigger? Did I throw Tigger out? I used Tigger for this because he's a good example. Where did I put him? Tigger. See, the wonderful thing about Tiggers is I forget where I put him. Did I bring him inside? I think I brought him inside. Yeah. See, I cleaned up, so if he was out here, I would see. Oh, no, he's here. There we go. This guy. Tigger. Okay, so this is a 5-color print. One, you can't print this guy on a bamboo. You can't. Or a Creality with the CFS, or even Bixby-Tex Vivid, because we got orange, black, white, pink. Wait, this is 4 colors. And where's the 5 colors? Maybe it was something else I printed. Anyways, okay, so this is 4 colors. Ignore the 5 thing. It's surprising how many times 5 colors comes in handy. But anyways, so 4 colors. Printing this by itself on the Bamboo X1 with the AMS using full default settings takes 18 hours versus 5 hours on a Prusa XL. Bamboo does 16 if you buy the additional units, which are $300 a pop for an additional 4. So, yes, if you were printing a full plate of these to go hawk at some, you know, yard sale or whatever, the ROI isn't as bad. But still, all right, I don't have any of the files here. Yeah, download the files for a 4-color multi-print, load up Orca Slicer or Bamboo Studio, and slice it and see how long it takes. Then take that exact file and load it in Prusa Slicer on a Prusa XL and slice it again and look at the time difference. It's insane. Because this takes a minute to change colors with the Bamboo. The XL takes seconds, times a couple hundred to a couple thousand changes. It adds up extremely fast. Now, granted, it's only 1 color change or 1 change per color per plate. If you're printing a full plate of things, the ROI trends better, but it depends. Here's the thing. I don't run a print farm. If I'm going to be printing a multicolor thing, I'm probably only going to print 1. So it makes more sense for me to have the more expensive machine and not waste a ton of time for the times I do want to do it, if the money is within your budget. Also, I think Bamboo would be stupid to release the next big thing with it. Yeah, I'm honestly, if their next machine isn't like something like, because they've been hyping the crap out of it. I'm hoping for a game changer, because if it comes out and it's just a bigger X1, I'm gonna be sorely disappointed. Even if it's just a bigger X1 with the multi or the dual nozzle cantilever thing copied from Ultimaker, I'm gonna be disappointed. Like, come on, guys. I thought you were changing the world here. What the heck? So I'm tightening up the gantry here, the X gantry, and I have it pushed against the rear here to kind of like try and keep it square. I have if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm de-racking the gantry. Did I not tighten these? Oh, these are loose still. So when it comes to your gantry, you're going to want to de-rack it at this point, and then also after you belt it. But it's a lot easier to mechanically de-rack it first and have it nice and square and ready to go before belting it, because it'll save you a heck of a lot of time later. Because you can adjust your racking with the belts, but that's like the final little bit that you're dialing in. You don't want to actually de-rack your gantry with the belts. You want to de-rack it like I'm doing right now, and use your belts, and after you belt it up, adjust it a bit. So, a dual tool changer, but have to wait and see. If they do a tool changer, I will give them a ton of credit if it is reliable and cost effective. And then afterwards, I will pray for their customer support division, because they will be inundated with so many help tickets. I will fear for their sanity. Their support system is already overloaded with like their current offerings, which aren't really that complicated. The moment they add a tool changer to their lineup, and little Timmy just got his tool changer for Christmas, and his parents have never seen a 3D printer before, and it's not working right. Oh my God, it's gonna be interesting. It is gonna be interesting. All the power to them. I hope that, like, I want them to succeed, because I want competition in the market. But with how much it's been hyped up, it better deliver now. And I hope it does, because again, competition is good. They don't support their customers, customers support customers. Has it improved? Has it improved? Nope, still sitting at 2.0. Now, granted, a whole bunch of them are either 1 or 5, so they're hard to say, but you brought down and brought the well, the black box is a cool printer. Steve built one. Steve has one. I've seen them in person a bunch of times. KB3D has them. But here's the thing, they're a kit. There is a marked difference between a kit and a completed off-the-shelf printer. And for some people, they just want the printer. And the XL probably makes a bit more sense there. Ooh, that's nice. Well, we're good. We have no rack. Just like my high school girlfriend. Okay. When I was in high school. Where is the tool head board? Is this it? Nope, that's the tool head board. Let's see here. Aha, there it is. So we are going with the Chaotic Lab tap for this guy. I don't know where the wires went. Hopefully they're in here. Got some screws, I think. Like the damn button. Yes, like the button. Do the thing that I'm supposed to tell you to do as a YouTuber that I always forget to do. We only got 76 likes, really? Oh, no, we got more than that. We got 118. Like the way the likes work on a live stream, the more people that like a live stream while it's live, they will push it to more people. So it'll show up in your homepage more often. That's usually how it works. So the thing is, I already do kind of a niche thing. So where'd I put my knife? Oh, here it is. Jeez, Picture Tech. You wrap up the screws in the most annoying way. There we go. There we go. All this for 2 screws. Okay. I don't even know what those 2 screws are for. Oh, I think they go on the, yeah, they go there. Okay. So hopefully I might have to make a new cable for this because I don't know where the little wire went for this. Hopefully it's in the box somewhere. I'm gonna have to find it. Or actually I might have a spare. I might have a spare. I'll have to look. But yeah, we're doing the Chaotic Lab tap. So where are we on the manual now? I think we're doing the XY gantry. Yeah. So we're running the XY belts. So this is the 3D printed gantry. We don't have to do that because we're using the off-the-shelf Chaotic Lab tap kit. So this we can put right on our thing right now. Out of interest, has anyone had any experience in airbrushing? I've considered diving down that. I need to get into that at some point, but I don't have the setup right now, so don't ask me about my experience with it. But that is, I do want to get an airbrush at some point, because it'll help a lot with like the cosplay stuff I want to do more of. But for now, I just rattle can it. The problem with rattle canning, it's actually not cheap. It's actually kind of expensive. You'd be surprised. You would be surprised. Okay, what's going on? I can't, what's going on? Wait, what? Okay, I can get in there and tighten that guy. Why can't I get in there and tighten that guy? What's going on here? What's going on? What's going on? 1 second. Oh, I gotta get these ones in for, oh, because they're off. Okay, I see. I see what I'm doing. I see what I'm doing. You have to like do them like staggered, like screw one in a bit, then another one in a bit, then another one, then another, then another. Otherwise, they don't want to go in too well. You want to make sure these are tight. Don't over tighten them and strip, but you want to make sure these ones are tight. Chaotic Lab. I have a Chaotic Lab tap kit in a printer, and it works just fine. Like, don't get me wrong, I actually do prefer the shoot, what's his name? What are they called? Somebody in the community makes them. They make them, they CNC their own. I have those ones as well. I like those ones actually a lot too. But for just a generic off-the-shelf one, the Canuck ones are fine. The Vitality, is it the Vitality ones? Yeah. Those are nice too. Behold. Belts. What time are we at? Are we at beer time yet? Almost. Okay. Time to run some belts. Is my shoot, where did I put it? Where did I put it? Do. Come on, go around the corner. There, come on. Am I going the wrong way? Oh, actually, let me do the other one first. Let me do the other way first. Do that first. Maybe that's why it's always a pain in the butt. Go the other way first. So we will go this way. Yeah, because that's the bottom one. Yeah, let's go this way. These are the new ones. These are all standard parts. I'm not doing anything new here. I'm messing with you guys. Everything on this machine is a stock Voron. There isn't anything new on this. I'm engagement farming. I think these belts might be a little long. Stock except, well, yeah, there's like a few non-stock components, but the actual printed parts and everything on here are stock. Oh, use my zip tie trick. Right. This might not, because these are steel belts. It's gonna be a little bit more finicky. Yep, there we go. There we go. There we go. And there we go. There we go. Voila. One belt done. Make sure all that's run right. Yep, there we go. One belt done. Hey, those orange belts is a place you can get. I don't know. I'm building this kit for 3D GLOOP. Andrew from 3D GLOOP got these belts made. I don't know anything else. And I honestly shouldn't even be using these belts because they're steel core belts, but they're orange and they look good. So we're using them anyways. How long will they last? They should last for a while. But at one point, these belts will fail. So, Andrew, if you're watching this video, I hope you know how to change belts. Rebelting a Voron's pretty easy. It's honestly, if rebelting a Voron was a pain in the butt, I wouldn't do this. But let's be honest, it'll look really good with these belts. So I want to use these belts. Go. Is it rebuilt in Z drives? Yeah, but the Z drives don't see a lot of high-speed movement. So and also they're thicker belts, like they're 9mm versus 6. So I'm honestly not too concerned about it's the XY belts that if any belt's gonna wear out and die, it's gonna be your XY belts. Your Z belts shouldn't. Or they should last a great deal longer, at least. So I'm not overly concerned. And yes, I know I'm not getting cool camera angles of doing this. It's never easy to get good camera angles of doing belts. It's just one of those things that you kind of have to live with. There we go. And belted. So that is the XY belts belted up. There we go. Grant had trouble with these, didn't he? I remember Grant not having the best time doing the belts on his printer. I remember hearing of that at least. Where did you go? Oh. Good Ray-Ban meta. I would actually love to have some sort of like on-face camera thing. Unfortunately, there's no real good system to integrate. Now, how am I gonna get this in? Oh wait, I gotta take this off. 1 second. Why did I gotta take this off first. 1 second. Because this, like a weird belt system. Forgot about that. Belt's gotta go like in and out and it's kind of a pain, so. Take this off. Wait a minute. There we go. Yeah, because they come in the back, yeah, so I gotta. There we go. There we go. Turn that like that. There we go. Okay, so that's that. Oh, these are gonna be fun to do. And by fun to do, these are gonna suck to do. These belts are tight. Yeah, tightening these belts is going to be a nightmare. I'm not going to lie. This is going to be a nightmare because these are steel belts. These are going to be a nightmare. Because the bend radius, like getting these around the corner so I can actually tighten them up, is going to be absolutely annoying. I can already tell you that. See how it goes. Okay, so about there, there. So I will tighten one first. So let's get you equal. Okay, you're equal, so let's get you nice and tight. Justin, 33 months. Can you stress test the excess belt? I don't really have anything to do it on. I don't really have a belt tightening, tensioning system that I could, you know, use. That's something, that's more of a Stefan or Tom thing. I'm just a bloke who builds stuff. I don't do all the, I let the sciencey engineering people do the sciencey engineering stuff. Okay. There we go. 34 months, Andrew Humphrey. Damn. You guys have been around for too long. Who are all you people? Okay, now the fun part. I gotta loosen them now and tighten them. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna let the belts kind of, I'm not gonna do a final tight right now, because what I'm gonna do is basically let them sit for a bit because they are a little stiff of a belt. So I'm gonna let them just kind of relax for a bit, get kind of all nice and comfortable in their position, and then I'll go in and do a final tight later. Because I have quite a bit of, these should tighten up pretty easily once you put some tension on the front, because they are steel. So them staying tight should be pretty easy. How are we doing on racking? Good enough for now. There we go. Voila. C'est magnifique. So now I gotta tighten these guys up. Rotate that. Come on. Quit slipping. There we go. There we go. And we tighten these guys. Top. The idlers. What do you mean the idlers? Like the idlers are loose. Oh, the upper idlers. No, I'm tightening the upper idlers now. Need orange covers to go over the AV motors. I think the next part is the tool head. There we go. I'm going to trim these belts a bit. They are a little on the long side. Long, man. I'm going to try and come equally. Wow, these are stiff. Yeah, like looking in, I'm like, oh, you can see the strands. Those are I've never actually used steel core belts, so I just kind of looked at it like, oh yeah, those are should be okay. Like the fact that it does that, I don't like, but it is what it is. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Worst case scenario, you just got to rebuild it. So we can skip all of this. Hey, this is how you run belts, by the way. Ooh. So now we got to build the tool head. Behold. Okay, so let's grab all the stuff we're gonna need for this. So I know I have a Nomi. I have not printed the front face for the Nomi. So we're just gonna not use the Nomi front face for now. I can swap it out later. So what do we got? We got, gonna need you. Gonna need you. We are using the drag chains, but I'm not using the drag chains, if that makes sense. See, this is what I shouldn't have done. I shouldn't have thrown all the parts for the this in here, because now they're all mixed up. It's like, which parts go where again? Where are you? You. Okay, here's the front face. Where's the rear face of the? Not on the printer. Did I put it over here? Yeah, here it is. Aha. Okay, I think that's it. I think that's all the parts that I need. Yeah, I think that's all the parts I need. It's a 3. Yeah, this is a 300. Okay, so heat sets. Where'd I put my heat set press? Oh, it's over here. Go. While I'm getting this all set up, don't forget, if you haven't yet, every stream we do give away a spool of Polymaker filament. Link in the video description. Enter for your chance to win. So enter to win that giveaway. While you're doing that, while you're down there, don't forget to like the smash button, ring the bell, subscribe if you're not subscribed, all that other stuff I'm supposed to say as a YouTuber. And then also, if you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, consider becoming a channel member, Patreon supporter, or if you're really cool, gift memberships to others. Because that way, other people get to hang out when we do cool members stuff on the channel, which we do occasionally. So you want to join in on. My heat sets. Let that heat up. Not that I'll win, but no, you don't have to be here to win. You just have to be here to enter. I only put the contest live while I'm streaming, and then it obviously closes when the stream ends. I do that because I know I stream in time, like for a lot of my audience, the time zones don't really line up right, so. Which is funny because I'm not supposed to, because it actually hurts engagement. It actually like pumps your numbers higher, because most people, if you have to be present to win, a lot of people will just leave the stream open in another tab instead of just entering and leaving. So it actually does hurt my numbers not to do it, but I really don't care. I'm not a huge fan of artificially inflating numbers for internet points. Okay, let's see here. I'm just seeing if there's anything going on that we can yap about. Hey! The door didn't break. Just got to install the firmware. Ugh. Okay. Use audio while talking. What? Okay. So we got some heat sets we got to put in here. So one go there, one go there. Okay. And then we got to put one on the side here. There we go. Put them in here. 1, 2. Actually, like that Steve needs winner to say the others can have a chance to spin. It depends. Like the reason I don't require the winners to stay is simply for the fact that my time that I stream, especially this stream, like I go until 11 p.m. Eastern. That's 4 in the morning for the Brits. So I could see somebody like, you know, watching while I go live and then like, okay, I gotta go to work or I gotta go to bed. Like I don't want to gatekeep behind time zones, essentially. And especially like my daytime streams, like my weekday streams, depending on what shift my wife's on, it's either 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. or 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. So a lot of people will watch me on like a lunch break or something. So they're here during the lunch break, but then they got to go back to work. Right? So I don't want to lock people out of the chance to win just because they have to sleep or they have to work or they're just, you know, it is what it is. So, but you do have to be here to enter. That's the one rule I have. You have to be here to enter. So you can't just, you know, not be here. You have to be here to enter. And I think that's fair enough. I think that's a good middle ground. Hot. There you go. Okay, so we got that. Below surface. The top heat set needs to sink below the surface of the printed part. Ooh, okay, let me just double check that. There we go. Okay, now we're good. Okay. And we got another one on the side here. And then another one on the side there. It's funny, I was like, I don't need a heat set press. I've gone so long without using a heat set press. I don't need one. Now that I have a heat set press, it's like, oh, this thing's so nice. And then this comes the part where everyone burns it. Because you got to put a heat set in. But it's... Everyone always freaking torches that one little bit. And then you get your little knife and you try and clean it up, but it's too late and it's already melted. Oh well. This is the stealth press. So it uses the key back that we use on the switch wire and a rail. And I think it's an MGN9 or an MGN10. So this one, if you have a Voron's part kit, you pretty much can build this. You don't even put it in? I put it in because I put it in. I put it in because we're building the kit, right? Follow the instructions, y'all. Also, rule of thumb, or a good rule to have, keep a 1, 2, 3 block nearby, because a lot of times you can't put like your part that you need to put the heat set in flat, but if you have a 1, 2, 3 block, you can kind of just set it up a little bit easier. That's for the tool headboard. Well, I have a tool headboard, so I got to put it in. Go. And then we got this little guy. And then the arm. So this one flush with surface. Okay, I can do that. Too bad I don't have Vector 3D's clipper powered heat set press. By the way, this week, just so you're aware, I think I mentioned that at the beginning of stream, but just in case, and I'll remind everyone at the end of stream. This is the last stream before Christmas. There won't be a stream on Tuesday, but what I will do is I will put a video out Tuesday. I will put a video out Tuesday and Thursday this week to make up for the lack of a stream. I think that's it for heat set parts. Okay, so now I can turn this off, unplug it. All right, unplug, come on. Yeah. And you can go over here. Are you getting all the Christmas presents? What Christmas presents? In terms of Christmas presents, what I get is whatever I get the little guy. He got Legos, so I got Legos. What fell? Something fell and I don't know what. Oh, it's a screwdriver. He's getting, hopefully, Calvin, you better not be watching the stream. You should be in bed right now. You should be well in bed by now. I might do a U-Log printer stream. The last time I tried it, YouTube broke it because it was like a 24-hour stream, but I might set one up. We'll see. Oh, am I getting Christmas presents for you? You're gonna have a wonderful video to watch, and you're all gonna watch it. That's what my Christmas present to you is. I'm putting out 2 videos this week. That's a goddamn miracle, and you know it, that I'm putting out 2 videos in a week. Okay. So now we gotta put this part into this part, and then that part go there, and then this go there. Okay. So let's see, how is the part fitment on Prusa parts? So these were printed on a Prusa. So, oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. M316. M316, M316. See, I should have been smart and put like all the M3s in one box and all the M5s in another, but no, I just have some of them in one box and some of them in another box. M316. See, what I used to do is just dump all the screws out into my acro bins and just pull from acro bins. M312. M316s. Everyone gets a free Polymaker spool. I don't think I have that kind of pull with Polymaker. Beautiful. Okay. I should probably actually get the extruder stuff out. Do I have, where is the extruder? Oh, here it is. It's in this box. There we go. I'm assuming I'm going to need some of this stuff. Okay. I have Steve hex trays. The problem is I don't like using the hex trays near at this. I probably should start using them. I don't like using them at the beginning of the build because what happens is I fill them up very quickly and then I don't know where anything is. So what happens is it's like, oh, okay, first thing, okay, 1 M316. So I dump all the M316s into the tin and then I don't use any M316s until like 3 days later, 3 streams later or something. So. Where are the bearings? Okay, so first things first, we're putting the idler in. What I like to do when I put the idlers together, I put the pin bearings in, don't lose them. And then I get my grease. I just put just a little. You don't need a lot. Just enough to wet it. Okay, just enough to wet it. And then you put your finger over the end so the grease can't come out, and you push the pin in. And by putting your finger over the end, it forces the grease into the bearings themselves. And there you go. And then that just snaps in like that. There we go. Idler. And then we put that into that. So we're gonna need that part, which is this guy here. What kind of grease? Just white lithium. I use NLG 1.5 white lithium. The reason I use it is actually quite simple. I have a whole flippin' jug of it. Well, actually, I used to have. This used to be here, but now it's down to here. But that's all the information I have left on it. But it's NLG I 1.5 ISO VG460. Graisse synthétique préconseillé pour usage industriel. So it's industrial usage white lithium. The English side is ruined. I have to use the French instructions. Now, yes, You are correct. We recommend use 0 or 1 with Vorons, not 1.5. But at the end of the day, it's your printer. Build it the way you want. And I like using the thicker stuff because it lasts longer. So we've built this little doodad now. So now we're going to need this guy. Goes there. This doesn't have a set screw in it, and I'm a little concerned. These are, by the way, for those curious, these are Bondtech gears. These are, this kit, the LDO kit comes with legit Bondtech gears. But I'm a little concerned because I don't see a set screw in here. Hopefully it's in another container. Okay, I need the bearings. Actually, I'm assuming the set screws are probably... No, they're not. Uh-oh. I might have to go raid something else, but I'll find it. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. I got set screws I can get at. Okay. MR85 bearing goes in there. They're in their own bag. Okay, I'll take a look. Like, I don't doubt they're not in here. I just didn't see them at a quick look. Let me. So I have set screws, Teflon tubing, boating coupler. Yeah, see, I have like the big set screws, but I don't have the small set screws. Like, I don't have the set screws you would use for that, unless they're in a different bin. Yeah, I don't see... Oh, here we go. Found them. Pre-applied. Look. Itty bitty. How many Vorons have I built? Yes. Are we counting rebuilds? Because if we're counting Vorons that I physically have on this premises right now, V1, that one, that one, that one. Okay, so let's okay. So we got the Voron. We got a switch wire. We've got 3 V0s, a micron, a salad fork, Toasty Boy, the V2 downstairs. 1, 2, 3, 4. $14 or $15 Vorons I have right now that I like have possession of. And then I've rebuilt them several times as well. So in terms of like the number of times I've built a Voron from like a pile of parts and then turned it into a Voron is probably 20 to 25 easily, maybe more. I mean, I've streamed like 5 or 6 V0 builds on this channel over the years. Yeah. Like the switch wire, I have one switch wire, but I've rebuilt it 3 times, 2 or 3 times. So, yeah. Try not to lose this guy. There we go. Okay. Let's carry on. I've built every version of the V2. My V2 that I have downstairs in the print room downstairs has been every iteration of the V2. It's been a V2, a 2.1, a 2.2. It had some 2.3 parts, and then a 2.4, and then like it's been rebuilt as a 2.4 several times with several different tool heads and whatnot. Why so many builds on the switch wire? Because I originally built it fully, like, my Switchwire serial is like Switchwire 3, I think. I stopped doing serials years ago. But my Switchwire was Switchwire 3, and it was self-sourced. And then LDO sent me a frame kit. And then okay, so I only rebuilt it once, actually, now that I think about it. because I put it together and took it apart several times during the original build, like, because I was building my switch wire during development of the switch wire. So like I built it up and took it down to various points. So I would go like this far, then come back, then this far, then come back, because it was like stuff would change, right? I'd put parts on it and then the parts would get revised and I have to take them off. And then eventually I got it built and it was functional and it printed. And then LDO was like, hey, we're gonna send you a frame, a switch wire frame. So I'm like, cool. So I rebuilt it with the switch wire frame. And then I also, when I did that, I rebuilt it with the release parts. Because the original one I built that I got the serial for was all pre-release parts on it. So then I basically took it all apart and rebuilt it with the new frame with the release parts on it. And then I also changed the tool head, because originally it was like the direct feed tool head. And then I went to a Y-splitter tool head with two M4 extruders so I can do dual color stuff. And then I put an Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder on it and went back to a single. And now it's like very good at collecting dust because it's not enclosed, and I don't really do a lot of open frame printing. And when I do, I use the Prusas. So. And then this one goes in here. So this one's a bit of a funky because you got to push it all the way to the bottom. So the trick with that is to use this to push it in. Oh, okay, I guess it's staying on there. Never mind. Okay. And then I got to put this stupid little stop screw in here. I'm not even going to put this screw in. Nobody ever uses this screw. I'm not using this screw. I'm not even going to bother. I put the heat set in there. I'm not going to put this screw in. Does anyone use this screw? I don't use this screw. 15.6 millimeters. Cool. We will play with the alignment of this later. It's 15.6 millimeters, so I don't think I can eyeball this. Maybe I can. Let's see. How good are my eyeballs? Actually, that ain't bad. I can live with that. Okay, so now that goes there, and then we put the two halves together. Okay, so you go on here. Oh my God, it spins! And then this goes on here. For eyeballing that shit, that's pretty good. Not gonna lie. Actually, I'm going to adjust it ever so slightly. Ever so slightly. There we go. Yeah, oh no. Got my screwdriver stuck in there. There we go. Perfect. I can dig it. Okay. M325s. M320s. M320. M312s. M330s. 325s. Yeah, steel. What happens with steel is steel over a short bend radius will work harden and eventually basically fall apart. The bend radius of these idlers is like right at the limit. So it's like one of those, you might luck out and it can work for a couple of years and never have an issue, or it might fail tomorrow. That's kind of the downside. But since this is going to be a showpiece machine, what it means is this is for GLOOP, for their booth at trade show events and whatnot. So it's just like a showpiece. So because it's a showpiece, I'm not as concerned as if this was like, if I was building this machine for myself or for production, essentially. So. Okay, let's put some filament through this. Okay, behold, filament. Is the end captured? It is, cool. Actually, is it? No, it's not. Is it? Why do I got two ends of filament coming out of this? Okay, I'm assuming this is like the end. Okay. That's weird. Why do I got two ends of filament coming out of this? Anyways, okay. Does it work? Oh, look at that. It lines up perfectly. I can dig it. And check for clearance. You need to make sure it doesn't stick out the back, which it doesn't, so we're good. Okay, so now I'll put this together. So that spool of filament's like a partial spool and it's been on the ground for a while. So the filament's probably a little dirty. So I'm not too concerned. Okay. So now we put that in. And we put the M3 in. I will say this lo-fi Christmas music is like the only Christmas music that I kind of like. Okay. And then we put our little latchy thing in. Put our latchy boy on. What's your vector, Victor? You know what time it is? Do you know what time it is? It's a little time. Beer time. Let me grab a bar. It's about that time. We're going with the Land Shark because it's the only beer I got. So smoke them if you got them. Miller time. I'm sorry, I don't drink water. That's a good bar. Good bar. Okay, NEMA 14. Number 14. I don't know why I'm talking like Mr. Bean. M330. Water is for toilets. I can never remember which way the wire is supposed to go, so I'm gonna have the wire come down on this one. Will the wire come out the bottom on this one? Are you supposed to have the wire come out the bottom or come out the top? I can never remember which way the wire is supposed to go. Okay, and then here we have an M3-8 with an M3 washer with an access hole. The frame's custom. Frame's custom. It was done locally to somebody near GLOOP. They had it specially done. It's not a off the shelf. If you are looking for a custom frame for your Voron build, I will say check out DLL PDF. I believe that's what they're called. They do custom frames. But this frame itself is a custom frame he had a lab do it near him. They chemically etched it or did science to make it stick or something. I don't know. He explained it last stream. Okay. So where are my tweezers? I have nothing to do tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be interesting. I have nothing going on tomorrow, family-wise. We got nothing going on with the family. We're not going out anywhere. We're just kind of enjoying the day tomorrow. So for those that don't know, there's two screws that hold the motor in. The first screw is just a fixed pivot point, but the second screw allows you to adjust the tension. So the gear on the motor meshing with the gear on the extruder, you're able to index the motor by loosening this screw here and basically letting it pivot. So that's how you go down to engage it more and you lift it up to not engage it. And there's a video here. So if you need to learn, there's a video. I'm going to put this on the back. What is that? M320? M320. 25, 30. 320. Also, it's getting chilly out here. I have my heater going out here right behind me, and it has dropped 2 degrees. Like, just to put it in perspective, like how big the temperature drift is in the room. I have a one of the little like magnetic thermostats or whatever sitting on the top of here. I'll just, instead of describing it, there, it's right there. You can see it right there. So according to that, it's 17.5 degrees Celsius in my garage, okay? According to the one I have sitting on my bench right here, it is 16 degrees Celsius in my garage. I'm gonna go take this one and put it on the other side of the wall for like 10 minutes. Remind me to check on this in like 10 minutes. So this is just gonna go right here. And we'll see how warm it is on this side of the garage. Because what happens is it's like, you're out here for so long, like it just starts to like get into your bones. Like it's not too bad at first, but after you're out here for almost 3 hours, yeah, I could feel it in me bones. And an M3-8 from the front. Thermometer, thermostat, temperature doohickey, potato. Turn on all the printers. No diesel heater. No, I have a Costco special Lasco right here. I got a little, you know, the one that just does. So usually what I do is if I'm not out here, I just leave it on low, and it's enough to keep, like, if I know it's not gonna go below freezing, I'll just turn it off at night. But usually what I'll do is I'll just leave it on low during the day. And it keeps everything in here around, like, not cold. Like, I mean, not frozen. It keeps it from freezing. It'll allow me to use my printers without them freaking out because it's sub-zero. And then what I do is before the stream goes live, about an hour or two before the stream comes live, I come out here and turn it to high. And it's not too bad. It's just when it's like super cold outside, you have to turn that on quite a bit before the stream. And then also I have, because this garage is, I think it's 30 by 20 feet. So yeah, I have the wall here, and then I have, like, you know, basically tarps and shit to insulate this side. But then I also have like this little fold out flap to basically act like a door to the other area. I got to put something across the top, but basically it's like it's not quite two separate areas, but basically it keeps the heat from the heater on this side more. So with a 220 outlet, you can find a heater with a bit more kick. Actually, can I plug this in the 220? No. But yes, I do have a 220 outlet. It's right there. It's for a CNC. Yes, I could plug a heater into it. I would like to get a actual unit though. I do need to get like a Mr. Cool or whatever, like a mini split that does heating and cooling. I probably should have something like that. Because it's probably way more efficient than this stupid thing, but it is what it is. Okay, open the latch and put an M316 all the way through. Okay, open the latch. M316. Where did I put the M316s? M320s. M3. At the end of the day, though, it all comes down to budget. I have this already. Heat pumps drop fast under 10C. Is that 10C outside? That might not be great because I live in Canada, eh? So our winters do get cold. Like, I don't get crazy cold winters where I'm at, but I do get a couple days a year where it will drop down to like cold. But like right now, for example, right now outside it is -8 Celsius. So I don't know which one of these I need to use. I printed 2 of these. I'm gonna go with this one because it has a little thermistor coupler on it. So we'll go with this one. And then I need, did they give me a little set screw for this? I don't think they did. I don't think I got the fancy screw for this one. Or diesel heater. Well, I don't have anything that runs on diesel. If I was gonna put a non-electric heater out here, it would be natural gas. I have natural gas. Like, natural gas is like how I heat my house. So we have natural gas. That's like the common way to heat stuff in my area is natural gas. So, yeah. I think this is too long. Yeah, that works. Behold, an extruder. And then, I think this just attaches with those screws. These guys. The way to go, macros we would recommend. I'm setting up a tiny T. Not really. I don't use a lot of macros on a machine. The only ones I really use is like, I don't even use load and unload macros. to be honest. I just use like, I don't use a lot of macros. ABS is way better for printed parts. For what? For Voron? Yes. Friends don't let friends build Vorons out of not ABS. Get this on the right spot first. There we go. ASA and ABS are functionally the same. I have yet to encounter any condition on any 3D printer I built where ASA or ABS was better than the other. They are both fine. You use good quality ABS, you use good quality ASA, you won't tell the difference between the two. I guarantee it. I guarantee. Okay. Oh, we gotta do heat sets again. Shoot, let me get the heat sets. Yeah. Should I use the printer to hold the electrical cable? Nope, but I'm gonna do it anyways. This is also why I did the stream today instead of yesterday for building, because I knew we weren't gonna be able to get the gantry done and build the tool head in the same stream, so I'm doing it today because today we can run long. So. Yep, Justin Thursday basically just say what I always say. Essentially, there is a lot of ABS out there. ABS is probably the most commonly used plastic in the world. It's good for a lot of stuff, but it's used a lot in injection molding. The problem is the resin, the pellets, the raw pellets that you use to make your filament or your injection molded part, the resin for injection molding is not the resin you want to use for filament production. Different mechanical properties, okay? You know it's the same plastic, the formulation is slightly different, right? That's like orange juice. You buy orange juice from different companies, it's orange juice, but it's made slightly different. So what happens is if you use ABS that's like cheap industrial grade ABS meant for injection molding, make filament out of it, it's gonna stink, it's gonna warp like mad, you're not gonna have great layer adhesion, but a lot of it is used for filament. The thing with ASA isn't really super common for injection molding. I've seen it, but it's nowhere near as common as ABS. So you're not gonna find people turning cheap ASA into filament because it doesn't really exist. So what that means is if you just go buy a random spool of ASA, it will probably be better than a random spool of ABS because there's so much bad ABS out there. But if you compare a good known brand of ASA with a good known brand of ABS filament, you're most likely not going to notice any difference between the two. Yes, ASA is more UV stable. I've yet to have any ABS part I've ever printed ever degrade on me. Now, granted, I don't leave my prints outside. I don't have my printers outside, but I have printers that are near a window and I've never had an issue with them. So, potato, tomato. Okay, so now we got to put a bunch of heat sets in this. A lot of exterior car parts. When I did injection molding, a lot of it was still just ABS because they have ABS formulas that resist UV. Plus, a lot of the paints are better now too. But like when I did injection molding, a lot of automotive was still ABS. Engine parts would be like glass-filled polypros and polycarbonates and all kinds of fun stuff. You want stinky filament? Glass-filled polypro. You know it's not a film. Oh, fun fact, these heat up better when you turn them on. Is Canada super bad for UV? I don't know, I live south of Detroit. I live as far south as Northern California. So take that as you will. Joel is further north than me. What is going on? Seeing if we got anything to yap about while I wait for this to heat up. Glass filled nylon. Yeah, a lot of engine based stuff. You'll see that stuff. Ooh, excuse me. Just checking the Discord, see if anyone's posted anything worth bringing up. There we go. I have a PLA piece, been outside for 3 years, still in the same shape. Yeah. Gluten-free nylon. So I just want to get the tool head put together on this, or at least like assembled. And then that'll be it for the stream, and then we'll do the giveaway. And then maybe a short little yap session after, and then we'll call it. It's like I never use these extra heat sets here that are for the 80XL mount, because all tool head boards pretty much have them now. And I'll be honest, I just use the 80XLs on the tool head. Yes, I know ones mounted on the nozzle are more accurate. I don't care. Any other heat sets? I think that's it for heat sets. Okay. Yeah, because that screws into there. Let's unscrew. There we go. Yeah, PLA is surprisingly resistant to a lot of chemicals. You'd be surprised. PLA is great until you need something that needs to have a little bit of flex in it before snapping or cracking, or it needs to live in an environment above 35 Celsius. Other than that, PLA is great. Okay, let's get our hot end. What hot end are we using? We are using an Ultra de Revo. And it's blue. Size nozzle, we're gonna go with 0.4 nozzle. So this is E3D Revo, 40 watt, 104 NT, 24 volts, yeah. Clip that on. I love how LDO got blue ones of these. Still can't believe how the whole Revo thing happened with E3. Like the Revo Voron was just. Yeah, the PZ's nice. I actually kicking myself because I was gonna buy one while I was at Smurf and I forgot. There we go. Okie dokie. So what size screws do we use here? I believe hot end wire routing, M316s, M38s from the top. So 316s. Did I put the M316s away again? Probably. I need some M38s. I need 4 of these. LDO is space gray Revo heat sinks. Ooh, that's cool. Well, they open source the cold side, so anyone can make cold side stuff. Just the hot side, that's proprietary. Nope. Goes there, and that goes there, and then M316s, which I always use, and then I put back in here, and then I can't find them again, and I go, where did I put my M316s? M316s, M316s, where are you? Where are you hiding? M325s, M330s, no, M5, M316s. Really? M36. Aha. M316s. Do you install the gantry with loose screws and then square the gantry when it's mounted? Correct. Because you cannot square up the gantry or have your spacing correct without it being in the frame. Because think about it, if your frame, if the guy cutting your frame cut every extrusion 0.5 millimeter under, your entire frame would be slightly smaller than spec. Everything would still work, but like your AB motor mounts, because you have to put this extrusion between your AB motor mounts, you're just eyeballing that. There's no reference point. You might have to open it up a little bit or shrink it a little bit for it to line up with your rails. So essentially, you kind of have to, what I do is I put everything together finger tight, so that it holds together while I put it in the frame. And then after I get all these attached, I crack everything, move it all around, let it kind of find its home, and then I tighten everything up. When you do that, also make sure your gantry is level. So like reference like a screw hole on your rails if your rails are all cut the same, or put some blocks or something, or get a piece of measuring tape and measure, because you want your gantry like flat when you tighten everything down. Because if your gantry's crooked and you tighten everything down, and then you go do a QGL and your gantry does this, well, trigonometry, it's gonna push, and that's not good. Remember that thing that you said your teacher's like, you're gonna have to use this in life, and you're like, I'm never gonna use trig, suck a toe on my nuts, and then your teacher's like, nah. Well, guess what? It's a thing. The VVD even out? Did you watch the video? I did a video on it. Watch the video. A couple months. Essentially with the VVD, they have a functional prototype or a near final production model. Essentially they have it working. They just need to take the thing they have and then just mass produce it now. So they have the trade show demo unit and a few other prototypes. Now they just need to actually mass produce it. So that's going to take a couple months to get like the tooling made and all that stuff. Box Turtle is way ahead. Well, Box Turtle has the advantage of not needing to be a company. It's like Voron. We could just, Voron could come out with 2.5 tomorrow. I'll be like, hey, here's 2.5. We don't sell anything. So when you're not selling anything, you're just putting a design out. You don't have to worry about the logistics of, hey, how do we mass produce the thing? Also, Box Turtle's a DIY thing. VVD is literally a plug and play device. They're completely different markets. They're aimed at different markets. They functionally do the same thing, but that's like saying, why am I doing all this when I could just buy a Bamboo, right? Or a Prusa Core 1 or whatever. Because some people want to build. The Box Turtle is for those that want to build. The VVD is for somebody who just wants to go, hey, I have a Voron, or I have any other machine that runs Clipper, a Creality or whatever, or an Elegoo, or any other machine that runs Clipper. I want to add a 4-unit multi-material unit to it. Just buy the VVD, plug it in, put some macros on it, boom, off you go. Easy peasy, lemony squeezy. Okay. I need my boating tube. I need my boating tube. I got my boating tube. Hey, reps have always stated they know their reputation online. It's gonna be tested if it doesn't. Yeah, Big Tree Tech I'm a fan of Big Tree Tech. I've had the chance to talk with several of their reps over the years. Luke's a great guy. I think they're doing a good job. I think a lot of companies come into it like, this is what we're going to do, and then things may not work out, or they do work out, or whatever. But it's nice to see when a company's like, okay, yep, this is what our market demands in terms of quality support and whatnot. We're going to have to adjust things and get things going. And it's like, okay. It's like, we all know there are certain companies that, in our market that, suck when it comes to quality support or just quality control and whatnot. And then there's other companies that realize, hey, we have the advantage of manufacturing stuff as cheap or being able to source stuff, as well as other companies. But if we spend a bit more money on our quality control and whatnot, yes, our stuff will cost a little bit more, but people will recognize us as being a better supplier and they'll choose us. That's basically like what LDO does. LDO goes way above and beyond what some other companies do. Like, I don't think FormBot has ever reached out to Voron about like kits. Like, hey, this is our kit. What do you think? Blah, blah, blah. Maybe they have, I don't know. But LDO does that. And they do that with everyone involved with LDO. They reach out to Nomad and the Positron crew, the Box Turtle. Like, LDO like actually spends the time to go and like do things as right as they can. Are they perfect? No. Nobody's perfect. Any company that claims to be perfect is talking out of their ass. But they do their best, and you got to give them credit. All right, 11 millimeters. And then I'll cut this with my kniff. Like, it's not, as long as it's not systemic, when a company messes up, if they do what they can to correct it as best they can, then good on them. As long as the company's willing to fix what they screw up in a timely manner. The only thing that I don't like is when it becomes the norm. And you probably know which company I'm referring to, where pretty much everything is reactionary with them. Or it's like, we don't do anything unless we have to. Versus, oh, this might be an issue. It's like, what is it? The soft recall they had on the Nighthawk 36, where they're like, this might affect some users, it might not, but we're doing a soft recall. If you want to return it, we'll refund it and whatnot, or send you a new one or whatever. But if you want to keep it, you can keep it. And we're doing this, on our own. Like, that's how you do it. Because I understand. I understand. Okay, so just put this in here, not that it really matters. So, fun fact, I don't have the mounting points for this, so I'm gonna have to put those in. I think it's just M3/8. When the low bar is dollar store quality. Was it Temu Voron? Wait, no, not, these are too short. I think the screws that I put in there are not the screws I was supposed to put in there, but I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it anyways. Wonder if you can find, I have never looked on Temu. Temu is a horribly invasive app and data collection site. I have been reached out to by Temu reps multiple times over the years wanting to collaborate, and I have turned them down every time. Because Temu is not a good website. You should not be buying stuff on Temu. That app is just, ugh. Plus, it's all shit. Let's be honest. Everything they sell is shit. I mean, how many people have made YouTube careers of buying shit on Temu? It's like, what do you do? Oh, I just buy shit on Temu. That's shit. I buy shitty shit on I buy shitty shit on the shitty site. Belts, chains, and fans. Haha. Fan. There's my fans. Again, I'm not doing the electronics today. I'm just putting everything in just so we can kind of get a look at it. I'm gonna pop that out. Oh, come on. There we go. Amazon is Temu. It's all the same stuff. Like if you go on AliExpress, you can find stuff you can find on Amazon. If you go on Amazon, you can find stuff you can find on Temu. It's all the same stuff. It's all the same crap. It's just repackaged. But the difference is you buy it on AliExpress or you buy it on any of the other sites, you get it a little bit cheaper. But it takes longer. The advantage Amazon has is it's in country already, usually, for the most part. I don't know if we're doing LEDs in this. I haven't checked, but... And then this guy I gotta hack apart. Where's my big chunky snips? Big chunky snips. You, the wire cutter, she tells you not to worry about. And a union strike, good for them. Never be angry at people wanting to have a better life. Never be angry at people wanting a better life. It may inconvenience you, but they're just people wanting a better life. Nothing wrong with that. Dark 4 Eons, please do not use that short form in chat. That is not something you want to abbreviate. I'm hoping you're talking about something like Cyberpunk. Or Canada Post. That is not a short form you want to be using in chat. And then at this point, you get your bastard out. Get a bastard file. It's surprisingly handy. Chili peppers. Yep, chili peppers. Oop. Uh-oh, that's gonna suck. That shouldn't be too bad. Always be careful doing this, because the last thing you want to do is like break one of the fans, because if you break one of the blades off a fan, it'll be unbalanced and it's going to be annoying. There we go. So I'm not going to put any tool headboard on right now. I'm just kind of, we'll do electronics next part. And I don't think I have LEDs. I haven't looked through the box to see if we have LEDs. I probably won't put LEDs in this. Okay, let's see. What screws do I need? What screws? What screws? No, don't put all that together. Just tell me what screws. M325s and M350s. Okay. M320s. M340. M3. What I got? Oh no, it's M540s. I'm like, what? I got 2 bags of them. Okay. M350s. M325. 335, M530. M325s. Where are the M325s? M316. Do I already have them out? Oh, I already have them out. That's why. Decisions like your printer. Not its GLOOP's printer. That's why I said I didn't see LEDs in the kit. I'm using what's in the kit. If there's no LEDs in the kit, I'm not putting LEDs in the... I'm not putting my own LEDs because I don't actually think I have the LEDs on hand. But last I checked, the LDO kit doesn't come with the LEDs. Unless they do. If it does, I'm putting them in. Like, if the kit has the LEDs, I'm putting them in. But I'm not going to go out of my way to make up something I don't have. Did I grab one screw? Oh, there's the other screw. It does? Okay, well, if they're in there, I'll find them and put them in. But we're not doing any electronics anyways today anyways. I'm gonna turn that sideways 1 second. There we go. This looks so good. This looks so good. 1 second. Let me get this in. I hope you'll be testing with and without the Kobe. That actually gives me a good chance because I've never used the Nomi. I actually have one now. I got one at Smurf. Big Protect gave me one. So now I actually have one to play with. I'm not a huge fan of putting a giant LED in front of my intake fan, but it is what it is. Oh. Let's look at here. I don't know which one's which. I've got like the Glacier and the Frostbite. I think the Glacier is the one I want to use. Yeah, because the Frostbite is for PLA and Pet G only. Yeah, so you don't want to use the Frost. This is the Frostbite. Don't want to use the Frostbite. These are the cryo grips from Big Tree Tech. It actually kind of, I like the blue bed. I'm not gonna lie, the blue bed actually looks pretty good. I mean, he's not getting these are mine, but. Here, let me put, what do we got? What do we got for beds for 3? That's a Seaboar. That's that one. Actually, I think one of these. There we go. There you go. Just put that on for now. There you go. That's a 300 bed. It's a Pantheon bed, but there you go. I like it. I like it. Well. Custom GLOOP bed. Yeah, if he wants to get a custom GLOOP bed, again, I'm building this for GLOOP. So what Andrew does with it after it leaves my hands is up to him. But I'm digging this look. I'm digging this. I like it. Yeah. I can dig it. Hey, Donnie. What colors are possible with PI? I believe you can dye PEI. Because I've seen black PEI and I've seen gold, which I think gold is just a natural color. I believe you can add additive to the molten PEI as it's being like cast into sheets or whatever to color it. I don't see, the thing is, anything you color it with, you'd have to be careful because you got to make sure whatever you add doesn't take away the effects you want of the the mechanical properties of PEI. And also it's got to be able to take like stupidly high temperatures because to melt PEI, you got to get it stupidly hot. So yeah, we're going to do the panel clips. I'm not going to use like the generic panel clips. I'm going to do some printed panel clips and I'll do purple and I might do, yeah, we'll do purple with orange highlights for that. So I think that's about it for today. It's 11:16. I'll give you guys 4 minutes. So at 11:20, we'll do the giveaway. So if you haven't entered for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, link in the video description, enter for your chance to win. We're going to be doing the giveaway in 4 minutes. While you're down there, don't forget to like the smash button, ring the bell. If you're not subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. If you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, consider becoming a channel member, a Patreon supporter, or if you're really cool, gifting memberships to others. That way other people can hang out when we do members only stuff, like next Thursday's members only live stream. Where's the printed parts? Where did I put the box with the printed parts? Oh, over there. Have I printed the skirts yet? Yeah, I got the skirts. I got them right here because I printed them on the Seaboar. Basically, I wanted to print everything for this build on the Seaboar so I could judge the Seaboar. But the Seaboar decided to not work for a bit, so it took me a bit to get it working. Purple skirts with orange mesh. The problem is my Prusa XL can't do ABS. It's not enclosed. Yeah, I could put a garbage bag on it, but I'm lazy. So I can't really do multicolor. But I mean, we're still gonna have, like, I can still print the little accent, like, stick-in pieces. Because there's little, I can put little hex cubes in that are different colors. I actually kind of want to put these on now. That looks good. And then you also have, like, there's still accent. Like, they're... Oh, that's what I haven't printed. I got to print the little accent covers on the skirts still in orange. Where did I put the orange? Where is the Polymaker orange? It's not in that machine. Yeah, it's somewhere. It'll show up. Oh, I have it in a dry box over here. That's why. But yeah, there's like a little accent piece on here that's orange, so that there's orange. There's accent colors. Do a filament swap? Yeah, but I don't want to. I'll make it work. We'll see. We'll see. The problem is I'm actually kind of running low on the purple filament because I wasted so much of it having to reprint stuff because I had fails with the Seabore when I started. So I pretty much ended up wasting an entire spool. Yeah, here's the orange. I pretty much ended up wasting an entire spool of purple ABS trying to get the Seabore working. So I'm actually running a little low on the purple and I don't want to waste it, kind of. Just shove that in here. Just there for now so nobody sees. Nobody sees. Hide the shame. There we go. Oh yeah, let's go check. So just so you're aware, so on this side of the garage, it's between 17 and 16 Celsius. On this side of the garage, so just to show you how good the stupid little tarp works, on the other side of the garage, it's 12 Celsius. So it's a bit nipply over there. Some white fans. There we go. Also bonds the plastic. I don't think spraying the fans white would work too well. Also, they would look weird because they'd be the only white thing in the middle. Like the frame is white. The frame is the only thing that's white. Having white fans act with the orange, I don't think would work. No. I mean, I got a white marker here. Just paint it. Okay, let's do this giveaway. If you did not enter for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, you will have another chance next Friday. Because there won't be a stream on Tuesday. I really hate the new Google form. It is so annoying. Waste so much time with extra steps that they added for no reason. Names. Control A, delete, Control V. There's all the names. File, save. Let's open marbles. Well, there's going to be a Nomi here too, at some point. Race. Okay, add names. Clear, open. 309 people. Let's do the Marble Factory. Was it 309? Oh, no, 309. There we go. Bots, play. And by bots, I mean you guys. We haven't done this one before. Okay, so how this works, if you don't know, if you win, you get a spool of filament from Polymaker. But if I pick your name and you win, you also get a free hat. So I'm gonna pick far, let's go. I'm not gonna look. Whenever I stop, far left corner. Stop. Far left. James. If you win, you also win a free hat. Good luck. Was it James Muir, I think? Okay. Can't see anything. Where's my beer? Remember, exclamation mark zoom zoom makes you go faster. Exclamation mark. Is that Skyrim? Skyrim! Freaking Skyrim. We can't just stop playing Skyrim. Exclamation mark gullible makes everyone else go slower. And if you like the smash button and are subscribed to the channel, it greases your ball up to make it go even faster. Marble conditioning. Ooh, you guys are good. You guys are going to get your balls washed. Who's going to be the first one to get their balls washed? Oh, Lord Gitface. Go, go, go. Well, Lord Gitface, it's yours to lose. You're in the lead, so this is all on you. Which means if you fall apart at the ending here, we're all gonna laugh. Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, this, oh, it's yours to lose. Oh, llama. Lamon. Oh, oh. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Packaging. Oh, Captain Kirk. Captain Kirk with the snipe. Captain Kirk. Well, the Force was with you, Captain Kirk. Congratulations, Captain Kirk. You have won yourself a spool of filament from Polymaker. You'll get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament from Polymaker. Control F. Captain Kirk. Okay. Yeah, you'll get an email from me after the stream ends, Kirk. Okay. So I think we're gonna call it there. I was gonna do a little bit of a Nero After Dark. It's been a while since we've done one, but I'm a cold. I'm a cold. So I'm gonna go end the stream and then yeah. So again, as I said, there won't be a stream on Tuesday. There will be a video instead. Because it's Christmas Eve and I'm gonna be doing family stuff. So regular streams should resume Friday. If not Friday, Saturday. It depends what the holidays are with family and whatnot. I might have stuff to do. I don't know yet. And then there should be a members only stream, an Only Benchy Yacht Club stream on Thursday. So if you're a member of the channel, a Patreon supporter, or somebody gifted you a membership, or you find the Twitch channel and gift a membership there, or Twitch Prime, just pay attention to the Discord and socials for the alerts for that. So we're gonna call it there. Shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament we gave away this stream and every stream. Shout out to Andrew and 3D GLOOP for providing this kit for this build series. Again, for those that don't know, this machine is being built for GLOOP for their trade show booth or their shop or whatever. So if you want to get some GLOOP, we do have a discount going on. Use the link in the description and use code Canuck. Save 15% on your order from GLOOP. Also, while you're down there, check out the other links. Affiliate links don't cost you anything extra. Go a long way in supporting the channel. Buy some gamer subs. It's on sale right now. They're doing like a buy something, you get more. The more you buy, the more you get for free type thing. So use code Canuck, save 10% on that as well. And lastly, for those that donate to the channel, gifted memberships to others, or became members of the channel yourself, I thank you. For not being able to do the things I do, create the content I create without your continued support. You make it all possible. It's the weekend. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. The holidays are coming up very soon, and I won't see you before then. So for those, Merry Christmas. For everyone else, just enjoy the holidays. Probably got some time off work. That's always good. And yeah, I will see you next week sometime. Bye. 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 Wave. Bye. Bye.